Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Oh, the voice is a bit husky. Okay, is this the first time I spoke today? I believe it is. Oh, my voice has broken. Morning has broken. I was actually just looking at like that wrinkle there. I was like, oh, it's just a sleepy line where I've been sleeping. Anyway, it's Sunday. We're going to do our Sunday service. I've got 4 decks of cards on the table. I'm just looking at the Lover's Oracle and I've got a card over there that I'm going to go and get and put back in the pack. I found it underneath the side cabinets here when I was sweeping. I've got creases everywhere, look. Oh, there's one here as well. This card I found when I was sweeping and I put it over there. Love is like a rosebud. It may reach full blossom or it may die softly. I thought, oh, that's quite a sad card, isn't it? Love is like a rosebud. It may reach full blossom or it may die softly. What's the picture on here? It looks like there's 2 knights in shining armours and then there's a feminine. What's she pointing to? Okay. There's 2 knights in this picture. One's got a blank face and the other one actually looks a bit like a skull. It's got quite hollow eyes, should we say that? And it looks like either she's shorter or she's actually kneeling. But she's offering him a rose. It's a girl. See if you can have a look. Can you see? I can see a sword of resurrection there. Looks like there could be some dragons flying around up in on that ceiling. Yeah, there's dragons up there. Okay, we got the sword of resurrection. I'm not sure though, because it feels like the blade's been cut off the top of the sword. But we haven't even pulled any cards. This is the one I found that was missing from the pack. It's like the sword's been cut here, severed. Okay. I was planning on doing a Celtic cross for our Sunday service. I wanted to have a look at what the topic is that the Divine wishes to discuss today. We'll have a look at what's kind of gone on over the week. We'll look at how we're kind of feeling now and then a look into next week. Let's leave those out. Okay, I have the Everyday Tarot. I was thinking about actually clarifying with the deal is if I can't see them on the top, if they're not on the top tier, okay, the top rack, they're not there. So we're going to clarify with the Everyday Tarot. The Rider-Waite to do the actual cross with, Divine Feminine, she's just like me today. Apart from she's got some loo roll around her. Oh, I need to take some toilet roll upstairs. Thank you for the reminder. And then we have affirmators. So let's get these cards out. The sun is out. It's 11:11. Hip, 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 hooray. The sun is out. Okay, he does have his hat on. I'm not sure if he's coming out to play though. He keeps like disappearing a bit. Right, okay, we're done. Are we done? We're done. Let's have a look at this reading. Who's that underneath? The 8 of Swords here. You're looking a little bit more redder than orange, look. Takes me to the root chakra. And then you have the sacral. I was going to get a, I'm going to do that first because I thought about doing that. And they're right here. Is pulling a Chakra Wisdom Oracle card and getting a story first. Okay. Just go with the flow. Why am I sniffling? Sniffling. I need to get my words out. Come on. Sort out your senses, Lucy. Guilt. Chair's a bit squeaky. Saint Apricot. I am sorry, but I have to take care of myself. Feels very much like the Divine Feminine's energy. I was actually going to apologise because I've been a little bit the last couple of days, well, since New Year. Since New Year's Eve, really. Since the beginning of the year, so it's my 3rd day now. I'm really motivated. Not so much about coming on and doing readings, serving others. I'm really motivated as in doing things behind the scenes, wanting to take time to plan this year. Kind of, okay, what do you want to do? When it comes to the channel, when it comes to my private life, what's going on in the home, all of it. But that seems to be a bigger focus for me than what actually serving the collective is. It's like I'm receiving so many downloads and I need some time just to figure some things out, if that makes sense. But I still want to serve, but it's not like the jolly serving. Not the jolly servant. Okay. Accommodating others when I really need to put some focus on some other areas of my life, and Divine has kind of motivated me to do that. So it's not like there's a to-do list, it's like I actually want to do that list. So, yeah, long hours, focusing on other things, which is really good. So it's like I'm finding a new balance. I do need to do the ironing. That will be done. Okay. I actually think I'm going to do that after I'm uploading this. So let's have a look at this. I am sorry, but I have to take care of myself. And that really does come in with this energy. The Divine Feminine just going with the flow. Look, she's like being her own flame, keeping it together with some toilet roll. So I want to say, well, being domesticated. Okay. Let's have a look at the legend. Apricot truly is a saint. She sets aside her own needs and happiness to help others, even allowing freeloading friends to get involved in her business. One day, her latest business partner announces that she wants to dissolve their company and split the profits. Apricot stands up to her. The company is hers, and she did all the work, while the so-called partner did nothing. Now she will only give from her excess, not from her reserve. The inspiration. Do not do for others what they need to do for themselves. Speak truth from your heart. Honesty is freedom. Any guilt is fear of being disliked. The personal inquiry. Excuse me. Am I giving away too much time and energy and resenting it? Is my anger really guilt? The key ideas is self-care, burdened by obligations, enabling others, finding personal power. Keywords, awareness, awakening, and release. Whenever I see these keywords, like they're really jumping out at me, it seems to be out of all that I read, it's like the keywords. If it says keywords, they're what you need to take on board. Awareness, awakening, release. Okay, there's a meditation here. Imagine chains holding you down. As you relax, the links weaken one by one. I want to go back to her with just like loo roll around her. Not chains. Okay. So I don't feel like these are really heavy things, Divine Feminine. You're just kind of finding your balance, getting your life in order. Your life. The one that because you've been doing all the personal development work. So you're the one that's creating this life of yours. No one else. Okay. You're the one that done the work, so it's like no one else can really take credit for it, for where you are. Funny feeling that the Divine Masculine's like sneaking in somewhere there, wanting to take credit. It's like, Divine Feminine, you done the work. Okay. There is this feeling of actually jumping on board with the partnership, like, as in, if we want to say the twin flame, seeing as I'm seeing a flame here. And it's just like jumping on board, and it's like, okay, it's not a bad energy. But then we have the dissolvements, which really takes me to that if your Divine Masculine isn't jumping on board, that doesn't really matter. You've done all the work. You are this flame here. Let's do the meditation. Imagine chains holding you down. As you relax, the links weaken one by one. See and hear each one fall to the ground. With each thud, see a chunk of fear or guilt fall away. When you are free, get up and walk into a glowing apricot light. And what happens then? I'm feeling like you're just letting go of all the burdens. We haven't even done the Celtic Cross yet. Okay. Well, let's get on with it then. Let's do it. Let's keep... No, I don't want to have a look at that guilt card there. Okay. Right, let's give these a shuffle. And we'll actually find out what is going on. I don't think that I think there's something shady going on behind the scenes. I'll tell you why, because I've just gone over to, and my eyes kind of caught this book here. And all that's shouting out is Gretchen. Now, there's only one character that I can think of who's called Gretchen, I believe. Well, I can tell you it's taken me to, is a baddie in Prison Break, Gretchen. She was a bit of an evil woman. Darkness. Gretchen. Anyway. And it was like, that's not a good energy. That one's like a... Anyway. She's the one that sent Sarah's head to Lincoln in a box. Oh dear. Okay, Lucy. I haven't watched Prison Break in ages, but... Gretchen. Okay, can we have a story, please? What would you... My ears are ringing. What would you like me to discuss with the tribe, please? What do we need to talk about? It's like, what needs to be brought to our attention? Or maybe our intention. Alright, we've got two cards. What are we talking about? There's a Divine Masculine making a secure offer. Okay, long term. He's actually on a black horse. He's one of the knights. He'd be the knight that didn't have the blank expression. Okay, he's on a black horse, which takes me to the Divine Feminine's energy. And he has a coin. And you can see he's in armour. Okay. He's a knight, and he's in armour. It's pretty shining. Not enough to kind of blind you, but it's not bad. It's not done a bad job. Now, coming out of his helmet, which I've never noticed before, is green. First of all, that would have taken me to the heart chakra, but it took me to toxicity that was being let out, like a funnel of toxicity in the back of his mind. Okay, it gets interesting now. It's 11:22. Where's he going? What's he looking at? He's looking at the Queen of Pentacles, which I feel is the Divine Feminine. I don't feel like this is a karmic energy. Okay, you'll have to stick with me. I'll tell you what I see. You're so grounded. You're on such a running lucky streak, Divine Feminine. You're lucky. I could see a little lucky horseshoe on your crown. You see all this green that's draping over you. He doesn't want to weigh you down with this toxicity that's in the back of his mind. He's trying to polish up his act, cheer himself up. I said, the sun's out. Is he coming out to play? It's kind of getting there. So he is of a sunny disposition. It's just like there's some toxicity in the back of his mind. And you're so grounded that it's like he doesn't want to weigh you down with that. The green was taking me to like a toxic smoke. He doesn't want to weigh you down with the thoughts. Now, they are toxic thoughts. Okay. He may be getting I'm going to say counselling. It may be your traditional form of counselling. I felt like in the background, because it's blue, I felt like it was the throat chakra. He might have dabbled into it a little bit. He may have gone for some, like, should we call it conventional counselling? But I'm feeling as if he's actually, you're coaching him. He wants you to be his coach. It's not about counselling. Counselling and coaching. Interesting. I feel like there's more of a benefit with you, Divine Feminine, seeing as your mountains are higher here. And I believe that's because you're the Divine Feminine. He's sitting on the Divine Feminine's horse, I said that, but the black takes me to feminine intuition, tapping into... When you go for, let's say, conventional counselling, you're either forwarded to somebody. I was thinking about this the other day. You're either forwarded to somebody through a recommendation. Your local authority may have a list of people. And I was thinking, you know, does actually the person that you're going to see, because it's not like you're drawn to a particular person, you're actually going out there seeking outside help. And what is the likelihood of the person that you're speaking to is going to really understand what you're going through, that they've actually been through that situation? When you're in the Divine Feminine's energy, you trust that anyone that's sent your way, there is no mistake. You know that your life experience you'll be able to use in your practice. And I felt there's a bit of a difference because I've been to see a couple of counsellors, and I've always actually felt that maybe the reason was I was actually drawn to help uplift them, because I've got to say that none of them I felt actually was of a benefit. I felt like I'd been sent to, they were quite depressing, to be honest with you, when I went in there. And I just kind of lifted the energy. That was a big wake-up call for me. I thought, who's charging who here? But that's what I'm getting from that. That as the Divine Feminine, you're tapped in. And because you're in this red gown here, you're you can get to the root of the issue. But he's not wanting to actually burden you down with this toxicity, even though you'll take it in your flow. It's like you can transmute that, but he's not wanting to ruin what you've got going on. Okay, right, so that was what we're talking about. Well, what's the challenge? Can you tell me something different? I'm looking over there and I can see I've left the actual downstairs toilet light on. And it's kind of like he's asking you to leave a light on. Darling, leave a light on for me. I'll be there before you close the door. to give you all the love that you need. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look at the challenge then. Because these are quite challenging thoughts, aren't they? So you can't approach the one person that you know who's going to be able to really help and coach you, not counsel you, but coach you with some divine truths that you're needing to hear. And I feel with the masculine being up high here, he's on this higher, not just a higher wavelength, but he's looking from a higher perspective. He's looking for a higher perspective. So you can dabble a bit and think, that was a bit of a mistake. And you kind of think, am I ever going to find anyone who can actually really help me? Challenge. The divine feminine. And because that toilet roll, they're not chains. It's just like those chains, those bonds that have held whoever bound, the divine masculine, they can be easily broken free from. I'm going now to free from pesticides, free from artificial ingredients. I don't know, this is what we're... So I feel like the divine feminines are detoxifying. I felt this yesterday, after my video yesterday. I thought, well, seeing as I've been like on this rampage of like, if it's not got a good energy, it's going. Everywhere's being cleansed from top to bottom. It's like, and it feels so good, all of it. It would be obvious that even my outside environment would start cleaning up its act, including like the neighbours, harmony, bringing peace and harmony. Okay. So the challenge is, the Eight of Swords, the divine feminine, getting her involved in this or handing over some of those weak links to the divine feminine, seeing how she dissolves the challenges. Very interesting. What's happened during the week, please? Divine feminine, you've been keeping yourself to yourself, you've been keeping your thoughts to yourself, you've been connecting with the divine. You've got quite, say, an influential protection. Influential protection. Something about being influenced. You've been connecting with the divine. You're waiting for your wings, divine feminine. And the divine masculine has been transformed. So there's that knight. He's on his own horse here. I feel like maybe he's been having a drink or two. I don't think the pubs are open, are they? The English Rose. I don't know, name of a pub. Celebrating heritage. Oh, we're speaking about the rose. Well, seeing as we have a feminine who's kneeling here, and I said the divine masculine, you're shining, but you're not shining that bright where you have to like turn your head. Your ego was getting maybe in the way last week, this week. That's just, we're nearly done with it. You've got the high priest here. Wonder what he's saying to you. There's a king that's on the floor. He's knocked down. His crown's fallen off. Something may have happened over Christmas. Okay, so drinking. I said you might have been having a drink. Someone's crown's been knocked off their head. I actually feel like this could be you, divine masculine. Your crown's been knocked off. I feel like it could have been celebration. Your ego might have got the better of you, and someone might have maybe knocked you off of the pedestal that you put yourself up on. I felt like this was a party blower. It's like, what is this here? Something maybe has happened over, well, New Year. Okay. An enlightenment, maybe, because this is a death of a situation. Divine Feminine, she's had nothing to do with this. She's been in her own little angelic. She's got her heart crossed, covered. She's protecting her heart. That takes me to the peacefulness card that's in the affirmators, and the Divine Feminine is kind of stating, my heart's a special property. I'm going to keep it safe so we can all keep enjoying it. She doesn't need to have a security deposit laid down on anything. She's safe and secure. Divine Masculine, you're the one that's gone through this transformation. Sunshine's in the background, can you see? Between those two pillars now, those two towers. So you are up on your horse, the Divine Masculine's horse now. Maybe you'd shined yourself up. You've let things settle down a bit. Oh, you've let the dust settle. Okay. I could see like your armour is not as shiny. This is like gunmetal steel. It's like it's a nice colour, but it doesn't really suit you. It comes across as being quite harsh. Okay. I feel like you've been working on your confidence. And it looks extremely black, your outfit. So I feel you've been incorporating the self-love of the Divine Feminine. Should we have a look at how you are right now? How things are? You're balanced. I can see that. Okay. So you're balanced. You're dipping your toes in that water. I feel like this is coming in behind the Divine Feminines. I said something about, come on, Lucy, tap into your senses. Or come to your senses. What's up with my senses? And I feel like you're coming in behind. The colours of the rocks behind are kind of like the colours of the wings here. So it's kind of like out of the water arises. Well, this is a blended masculine, feminine energy that's ready for reconciliation. Just a triangle here just takes me to being rooted, grounded. In the heart, though. That triangle's like pointing up to the throat, which then takes me to the blending of the water, which takes me to communicating about emotions, finding the words to flow. That's what the Divine Masculine's doing at the moment, trying to find the right words so this flows. Let's have a look into next week. Otherwise we shall be here, like into next week before we know it. Like quite a long reading. Well, it feels long. You're being stubborn next week. You've still got your arms crossed. Why are you... Okay, I will delve into this. Why are you being stubborn? You're feeling balanced now, and then it's like next week. Can you not find the right words? You're looking for some inspiration. Okay, let's have a look at what's assisting you behind the scenes then. But you're looking for... I don't... Every time you think about speaking, Divine Masculine, your legs turn to jelly. They go all wobbly. The sun's come out to play. So every time that you think that you're going to come out to play, you block your own sunshine with that cloud. Okay. And you're driving yourself cuckoo. It's like you could be clock watching every hour. Oh my goodness. What, all week? That's going to be torture. You're being stubborn. You're looking at the Three of Cups, which means that you're actually not allowing yourself to celebrate. What happened over the festive celebration time? Because I'm not sure that you had... I feel like you wanted to be happy, but someone soon knocked your crown off. So you're not wanting to celebrate, really. It was a bit of a disaster last time you tried that. So whatever happened last week, this week, I'm going to say maybe over the new year, that's kind of like... I don't want to use the word quite daunting. Quite haunting, but it was quite daunting. Okay. So what's assisting you behind the scenes? You getting over past heartache. You've got the Three of Swords. You're going to have to let this go to be able to let it flow, whatever happened in the past. Is this a toxic energy that is sitting in the back of your mind? It's like you gained your self-worth and then someone stripped you of it. Three of Swords in the background. These clouds are still looming over you. They look worse than what they actually are, Divine Masculine. Okay. I actually feel like, seeing as your Divine Feminine has the Two of Swords, she may have felt these and helped to pull them out. You might just be left with one challenge that you need to deal with. I do feel like you need to deal with it, Divine Masculine, this last one. So you have the Three of Swords assisting you. So your heart is healing. You need to work towards healing your heart, Divine Masculine. The Eight of Pentacles is about you working towards mending something. Okay, mending a broken heart. You actually have to put your own work into this. Okay. And they're telling you to study. That's when you want some coaching. Because it's about working on your craft. So it's like every time that you feel this mopiness energy, you've forgotten to personally develop. And you can find hundreds of videos, thousands even, on YouTube. Find yourself something, some personal development that you can tap into. Abraham Hicks, it will do it. Don't worry about... So it's kind of like with the Divine Feminine's energy, just trust that you will be led, okay, to the information that you need. But when you're in this mood, when you're in this movie, it's a movie you're replaying in your mind. And there's a strong chance you might try to replay it next week. It feels like it's too late to celebrate now. It's never too late to celebrate. It's never too late to celebrate. I'm going to call the video that. Okay. But behind the scenes, you are being assisted, but it is work that you need to do. You're going to not be an owner of a broken, lonely heart anymore. Okay. Right. What's this card here? I think this is for what's assisting you behind the scenes as well. Knight of Wands. You need to... you've got a fire inside of you, Divine Masculine. And that's the thoughts. Because it's like you've been attacked by a shark, okay? And you need to put that to the back of your mind. But not in a toxic way. You need to find your passion again. Work on something you're passionate about. Okay, that will do the job. Work towards your passion. But it does feel like you need some coaching. Okay. How are you feeling about this situation? You're actually wanting to return to the Divine Feminine. You want to feel more grown up. Your love has matured. I feel like you're connecting with nature a lot more, taking walks maybe. Connecting with not so much religion, but if that's the way that you find it, if you feel more comforted near chapels or churches or places of a, let's say, a religious belief. Because it feels like you're working. You're working. You could be working around a courtyard, a church courtyard. Okay. But there's flowers growing in these cups here, and it's the only card that has actually flowers coming out of the cups. So this is a love that's matured. You're hiding underneath the Queen of Cups here, the Divine Feminine. It's like you have the Holy Grail, but you have pincers that look poisonous. They're black. I feel like you need to get this out of your system, Divine Masculine. But you're afraid to. It's like you're clinging on. The little cherubs here. That's how you're feeling about it. Wanting to return. She's got an oven glove on here. The lady has. But I don't know whether that's kind of like, take this. I'm not sure who thinks that it could contain poison in there. You might need protection. So this is actually, I want to say, I don't know whether or not he's given the feminine like this protective glove beforehand. So that's like kind of warning your divine feminine, I feel I'm toxic. But she can handle that. Look, she's like, I don't need the glove. And it feels like you need to get something off of your chest, divine masculine. Wanting to speak about something. And no skimming the surface. Because there's pebbles here. You might be trying to skim with these pebbles. There's a great activity that I believe it's in the Rumi cards where you would put positive emotions onto pebbles and skim them. Some of the tribe has done it. That was a while ago, guys, you've done that. You wrote on pebbles and... Okay. So, positivity pebbles. Should we work on some positivity pebbles this week? That would be good, wouldn't it? Okay. Right, how is this affecting others? The High Priestess. Okay, so it's not affecting the divine feminine. You have this crown on that's kind of, like I said, you're in this, I can't remember what it was. It's, you're connected with the divine. Oh, it's you're influenced. Your influencer is the divine. The divine sends you downloads. How this affects others? Well, this could either be the divine masculine really wanting to tap into your crown, your knowledge. Something about anchoring it down here on earth. She's pulled the moon down. So this could be you, divine feminine, how this affects others. Telepathy. You connecting him, talking. Actually, it takes me to kind of like Abraham Hicks. So Esther Hicks, when she first realised that she could talk to Abraham, her partner Jenny was waking her up continuously. Ask him this, ask him that. True story. Okay. Hopes or fears. Chair's gone a bit squeaky again. Right, let's look at the hopes or fears. Waiting for the manifestation. This is the divine masculine. He's kind of sent his ships out with messengers. And there's 3 messengers really on the table. You can call the Death card a messenger. He's a message of transformation. Knight of Pentacles is the messenger of a firm, solid commitment. Future, prosperity, abundance. And seeing as he's looking directly at the Queen of Pentacles, that's long term, that's marriage. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And he's the messenger of passion. It can be sex, romance, love, but passion. And he's got 3 wands here. He's got to kind of put his hand on one. He's got to follow his passion. Who lights him up? What lights him up? It's more about the who. Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who. Okay, let's look at the outcome. The world. And there you are, divine feminine. You is a, if you want to say twiddling your thumbs, you're spinning your magic wands, you're protected in the world, safe and sound. That's it. That's the story. That's all you need to know. You're the 5th element. Okay. You're in your own space. Right, let's have a look at the affirmators then. I'm not going to clarify, no. That was like, 40 minutes. Okay. We don't need to clarify. We don't need no education. Teacher, leave those kids alone. We're looking for divine masculines. Generosity. Okay. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. I want to say this is really about the divine masculine kind of thinking. He doesn't want to be left behind. There's a message he wants to send, but which one is it? Which approach does he take? Because there's 3 cups here. It's kind of like, how does he come in with the news? It's like, what approach? I've transformed. Will you marry me? Or do you want to get it on? Let's get it on. Okay. But if I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. So it's like he's going to miss out if he doesn't do something. Okay. There's another one. We can have another one. Everyone's a teacher. Oh, we've got another card underneath as well. We've got the sunshine coming in. It's absolutely fine. Everyone I cross paths with, interesting. Look at these characters on these cards here. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you, a-holes, for playing your part in making me a better person. Check out his tats. Look at the tattoo he's got. It's quite nice. Right, okay, we've got perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier, blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like frigging pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. It's a bonus card. Oh, divine masculines. Okay. Blow off some steam. Okay. Grunt, cry, curse like a freaking pirate if it makes you feel better. But you will get through this. You will persevere. Onwards. Onward, Christian soldiers. Okay. Look at this as a snowflake. Look. Once you see into someone's soul, you're connected forever. This is true. It's like he's peeking. He's watching you. I feel like he sees your reflection in the mirror. Okay, where should we go from here then? Let's get a roomie. And then I think I'll get off. Oh, we've got divine discontent. Okay. It's that huffing and puffing. It wasn't huffing and puffing, it was grunting and crying and cursing. Let's see where that's where all of that's going to get you. Number 12. Divine discontent. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. Rumi. I know your heart. Okay, I can show you this card. And I'll hold it back up in a moment. But it's this one. What's going on behind the scenes? I know your heart. I hear it breaking and groaning in darkest nights when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. It speaks to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing. Even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is, and there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours, there is a murmuring, a question. It cries out to heaven, vouchsafe me a blessing. I cannot go on. I am broken and in need of your tenderness for healing. I am empty and in need of filling, not with stuff and bits, but with the most precious nectar of divine fulfillment. Nothing else will satisfy me. Please restore me to wholeness. I can bear this missing piece, this broken disarray no longer. I listen and I cajole that wise heart of yours. I praise it for its honesty and longing. For the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe the divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquestionable. Before I come on, guys, I was meant to have told you, all I could smell was perfume in my mouth, a really strong smell of perfume. And it's like I don't even have a strong perfume on today. Actually, it's quite delicate. And it was a really strong perfume that was in my mouth. Okay. So I praise it for its honesty and longing, for the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe the divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquestionable. There is a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable underlying sense of anxiety, that something in your life is not quite right. It may be the sense, even amongst so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of the awakening heart. The heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet as the heart matures, there will be a process of deep, passionate longing that awakens for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. Over time, that longing will grow from a mild inner sense of incompleteness, needing to become whole. You will develop into a holy fever, a sacred rage, a stamping of dancing feet, a pounding of fists upon the altar, and a longing so deep and distressing that one may well break into tears at the impossibility of bearing the pain of apparent separation for even a moment longer. Where is my beloved? Cries the awakening heart. I call for my beloved, and yet I am here, still waiting. I can stand this no longer. As devotion grows and passion for the divine intensifies, so too does this yearning. So much so that this may come to feel as though your heart is breaking for the divine. Or perhaps you are not quite there yet. Your heart is attached to smaller gods, such as your status, your job, your lover, your body looking a certain way, or being able to live your life in a particular way. These smaller gods are not necessarily an issue, yet you have drawn this oracle, and so it is guidance for you that the divine wants to draw you closer. Sometimes that means we would have the grey meal wrestled from our hands so we may feast upon something far more delectable and grand. Let's have a drink. Something about not celebrating too early. Okay? The divine is a fiercely possessive lover. If there is a face of another beloved preventing you from longing for the divine embrace, and if you cannot see that it is the divine beloved within your lover that you are loving, well then, something will be done by heaven. So make your relationship sacrosanct. Seek the divine in all things. When you cannot, when the power of lesser gods has you in its grip, acknowledge it. Bear witness to it. Do not chastise, instead be truthful. Let your heart break and lie prostrate on the floor, hands clutching and head bowed as though only your sadness and plight could stir the heart of the divine beloved into descent of succour and grace, saving you from a life far too bland for your exquisite Epicurean palate. Epicurean. It was pants, wasn't it? I know. That paragraph, we're through it now. Just don't misinterpret the pain and think that something really is wrong. If you are surrounded by status and money and cannot understand why you should mourn, it is even more important that you allow yourself to do so. Mourning is to be felt. Understanding is not so relevant. But if you must seek understanding, then know this, dear blazing angel. You are just waking from the deepest slumber, and with your awakening heart you are realising a truth. A part of you, deeper and wider, vaster and more instinctive, truthful and intelligent than your mind, is lonely for the divine embrace. That is right. This is sensible, and this is sanity. It is the pain, the real noble pain of the heart that says there is something more than this inadequacy, this settling for plastic instead of precious gemstones, that must end now. I cannot be fed by pixelated sunsets in animation upon my computer screen. I yearn to be blasted by so much radiance and beauty, by the real thing, that I become stupefied. I must witness so much divine splendour that all I can utter is some incoherent grunt, my mind dissembled and my heart ignited by the presence of my beloved. I want to become a fumbling, ecstatic wreck in the presence of my beloved. I want to allow this pain, this yearning, this divine discontent to guide me to my holy lover, so my life may never be the same again. And so it shall be, as the ears are ringing. The discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. Its purpose is to lead you into your greatest connection yet with divinity. Do not resist it. Witness it. Do not dismiss it, trying to cover up its smell with rose petals. Let your rank discontent be the pathway to divinity. Look beyond what is, what has been prized and treasured, and is now found to be plated, and not the precious gold it was once esteemed to be. Don't be scared, for you are my sidekick on this great holy adventure. I am here, you see, just around the corner. I have you in my sights, though you may not see me yet. I am holding a loaf of fresh bread. Got the oven gloves. Hot from the kitchen of the Creator, hoping to entice you with its wafting scent, tempting you to follow me on towards something of far more substance. If you are still stuck on pine-scented air freshener, imagining it is anything akin to the wild scent of the pine forest for real, then how can I tempt you? Let the stench be the stench, then the fragrance of God can be discerned, and together we can leave what is less behind, once and for all, grabbing like hungry schoolchildren for the divine bread with sweet, fresh scent filling the air. That's beautiful. I'm going. There you go. There's your Sunday service. Okay, guys, I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.